Good morning, Southold Elementary. Sorry I'm not at the faculty meeting with you this morning. I'm hanging out at BOCES talking to other librarians about best practices and upcoming trends in our field. But I did not want to have you miss our book sharing. So I made this video so that you could see some of the cool poetry books we have in the library. We literally have about 300 of them. All different topics, anything you can think of, so please stop on in and talk to me. Anytime is a great time to celebrate poetry with students, but I figured I'd highlight it this week since April is National Poetry Month. The first book that I'd like to share with you is usually a big hit with students. It's The President Stuck in the Bathtub, and it is poems about all of our presidents, and a prize to anyone who comes to the library and can tell me which president was the one that actually got stuck in the bathtub. For any of your students, which would be any boy in first or second grade that loves dinosaurs, this is a great one to take a look at. For those of you in the older grades that maybe want some nonfiction poetry, this is a great poetry book about the Civil War, and it has some wonderful photography from the time period as well. Behind the Museum Door is a fun look at museums around the world that you could share with your students. If you want your students to read some animal poetry, how about this one? Takes place in the rainforest. You get to see some exotic animals that kids might not come in contact with every day. Follow, Follow is a book of mirror poems, so you can read them forwards and backwards, and the meaning changes. It's an interesting look at what you can do with poetry. Eureka, poems about inventors. So if you are interested in any inventors, this might be a good one for your science-minded students. Book Speak, one of my favorites, of course, because it's all poetry about books. I've shared some of these with students in the library, and they seem to really love this one. Russ, this one's for you. Comet, Stars, the Moon, and Mars, books about space. So this could be really cool to share with students in your classrooms. For those hard-to-please boys who say they don't like poetry, here is a book of poems by Jon Scieszka, the former children's laureate in the United States, and this is all about trucks, and it's truckery rhymes. For your animal lovers, we have Pug and Other Animal Poems. Sweethearts of Rhythm, which is the nonfiction story of an all-girl swing group during World War II, and it is told in verse. Lives, poems about famous Americans. For you geography nuts, we have Got Geography, featuring poems from around the world. And if you're not quite sure where to start, I have this professional resource for teachers that talks about children's poets, some of their titles, and gives you some lesson ideas for them as well. Please stop in the library anytime, talk to me. I can get you some great books, and have a great day. Thanks, everybody.